Whoa, Dustin. I'm really getting sick and tired of your attitude right now, okay? So I'm going to be done talking to you. Gotcha. What's your name?
I can't give you that. Sorry.
So it's policy.
No, I will not give you that.
Gotcha. It's just policy not to do that either. Okay, so you actually have a King County policy not to identify as a public servant?
Sir, please.
I can't have you walking around the plant without checking in with us first, you know, it could be unsafe.
So they can't just take that from you, and there's a form that you, as the person requesting it, needs to fill out.
What's going on today?
Oh, just working on a story here. So, yeah.
What kind of story is that?
Is that a good environment to work in where it's so authoritarian like that?
Sorry, I can't comment on that.
You can't comment whether you like it or not?
I'm sorry, I can't comment on that.
Wow. Thanks. Okay.
But I am going to ask you to leave. This is King County property, and I'm not comfortable with you being here.
What are you taking pictures for?
What's that?
What are you taking pictures for?
Hey, Amy, are you up to speed now on this being a publicly accessible location? So you're unwilling to help them?
I can't help.
You can't? Oh, so you're prohibited by policy?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't realize there was a policy. Do you know which one that is?
Sir,
Yes.
this is the supervisor of WTD East Offsite,
Okay.
and I need you to leave the premises immediately, or I am going to call the police and have you escorted off.
He's probably being very protective of his own person.
How you doing, sir?
Not too bad. How's your day treating you?
Well, pretty good so far.
So there's no talking, no questions?
No, sorry.
Wow. That's kind of authoritarian. Hey everyone, I am free. It's July 2nd, 2024. I'm in the city of Renton, King County, Washington State, heading on to the King County Wastewater Treatment Plant. Going there to seek redress of grievances. Went to Vashon and did a story on the wastewater treatment plant there.
Sir,
Yes.
this is the supervisor of WTD East Offsite,
Okay.
and I need you to leave the premises immediately, or I am going to call the police and have you escorted off.
How you doing, sir?
Not too bad. How's your day treating you?
Well, pretty good so far.
Hey Amy, are you up to speed now on this being a publicly accessible location?
But I am going to ask you to leave. This is King County property, and I'm not comfortable with you being here.
What's going on today?
Oh, just working on a story here. So, yeah.
What kind of story is that?
I can't have you walking around the plant without checking in with us first, you know, it could be unsafe.
Whoa, Dustin. I'm really getting sick and tired of your attitude right now, okay? So I'm going to be done talking to you. I was treated very poorly, so I'm coming here to seek redress of grievances with Dustin, the manager I listed in the description, because he was the worst of them all. The police were, the sheriff's deputies specifically, were absolutely great. So I'm going to go see if I can speak with Dustin or Norman. He's Dustin's supervisor according to the King County Employee Search website. See if I can get this issue resolved. So that's what we're gonna do. So far, King County is very non-transparent. They do not want to deal with you. They want to have you email them. So largely they can just delete the emails or spam filter or trash filter emails that come in, and short of you doing a public records request for filters regarding any email addresses you might use, you would have no way of knowing whether they've received something or not. King County's terrible about transparency, just absolutely awful. Yes, you do get records fulfilled here and there, but they do not want transparency. A litany of things. Marshall Gozelski over at the King County Justice Center. The Mailing Justice Center and others are just terrible. Prosecutor doesn't want to take these things seriously, even though a crime is committed against me. It's just, the list goes on and on in King County. It's very, very corrupt here. Lazy, uneducated, poor performing prosecutors, especially the elected prosecutor. The King County Sheriff is now appointed. The sheriff is appointed, no longer elected. They're doing everything they can to avoid being transparent and responsible to the public, because now that the county appoints the sheriff, well, you can't actually have any say short of going indirectly through those elected officials. And we all know that's not how most people think. They look for the elected officials. So it's pretty terrible here. All right, we're coming up to an entrance point. We're going to see if there's any access here. All right, here we go. Yeah, authorized personnel only. So these people definitely do not want to be held to account. They do not want to have any interfacing with their government whatsoever. This is obviously their desire to prevent any ability to seek redress of grievances, with the exception of ways to do so that they can absolutely ignore. They don't have to take your phone calls. They can set up filters through spam and trash to just simply round file what's going on. And they want to have no interaction. So remember this in this election year, everyone. King County's corruption is such that they will erect fences, they will put up all the signage and whatnot in every effort to prohibit you from talking with Dustin Harris or Norman Cook. So all that absolutely horrible behavior that you saw from Dustin Harris, or heard rather, on the phone when Amy turned her cell phone on to speaker.
You're on speaker, Dustin.
Sir,
Yes.
this is the supervisor of WTD East Offsite,
Okay.
and I need you to leave the premises immediately, or I am going to call the police and have you escorted off.
There's nothing that restricts access here.
I am asking you to leave right now our property. You do not have proper approval to be on that property.
Absolutely, I do. It's open to the public.
It's not open to the public. None of our offsite facilities are open to the public.
What makes you think that?
You have to go through the proper channels and request a site visit, and then we will have you with a site visit. There's things you could fall in. There's safety gear that you must be wearing. You are not allowed to be on our property right now, and if you do not leave, then I'm going to be forced to call the police, and I don't want to have to do that, but I will if I need to.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to call King County then.
I am King County.
Hey, Dustin, pay attention, okay? It's a two-person conversation here, okay? Pay attention. You just said you're going to have to call the police. That would be the King County Sheriff's Department. I'm telling you, you're probably going to have to do that then. Okay? I'm here to get a public... Dustin, listen. I'm trying to get a public...
Are you refusing to leave right now?
Dustin, I'm trying to get a public records request done. It's a conversation, not a monologue.
We have a department that handles public requests.
Dustin, every office, department, division, according to Section 80 of the Public Records Act, says you can go to any public agency, organization, office, division, bureau, commission, office, etc.
And we don't have to provide that. We don't have to provide that right now today. There's a time limit when we need to provide that for you.
Dustin, I'm trying to provide the request. I'm not trying to get the records today.
Okay, well then provide the request and then leave the premises.
Whoa, Dustin. I'm really getting sick and tired of your attitude right now, okay? That is King County saying, we do not care what the constituents think. You will subordinate yourself to King County's whims. You will bend the knee. King County will tell you what to do, and they will never be held to account, no matter what. And how do we know this? My gosh, just Google up King County's loss record. It's terrible. Look up places like SeaTac specifically in the lawsuit realm. It's absolutely shockingly bad. And that's what they want. They want to pay money rather than have to be responsive and responsible to the electorate. they open the gate and then he turns around and leaves. Not really sure what's going on there.
What are you taking pictures for?
What's that?
What are you taking pictures for?
Just working on some stuff about the wastewater treatment division.
What's that? Are you a reporter?
That's the building right there. That's the facility.
What's that?
You said, what's that? That's the treatment
No,
plant.
what that you're working
Oh yeah, I can't really get into that now. It's kind of hush hush. What's that? I'd really not rather get into anything like that right now. If you got a business card when I'm done working today, I'm happy to email you.
Unfortunately, I don't have a business card.
You got a King County email I could email you at?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure there's no cars coming. What's your email address? You can just tell me what it is. I'm recording it anyways. Or if you want to write it down, that's fine too. How's your day treating you, man?
Not too bad.
Good. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm good. If you want me, I can email you at King County, or if you got a personal, I can email you there. If you don't want to go to your work email address, whatever works for you, man, or both.
Yeah, I'm more just curious than anything.
Sure. Yeah, no problem, man.
That's my email.
Cool. All right. Hey, you have a good day, man.
Thank you.
Take care. I'm actually going to go up and try to use that access phone to see if I can actually speak with management here to redress my grievances. Yes, hi. I'm looking to see if I can speak with a supervisor or a manager, please.
What's your business?
I have an issue I need to resolve with the county, with this division.
Gotcha. So I've got a phone number here for you.
Oh yeah. No, as you can tell, I'm just using the physical in-person option, and the employees that I need to resolve the issue with work here. In fact, I specifically was having a conversation with one of them.
Okay. So it's kind of hard to hear here. So let me give you this phone number.
No, I'm not. I'm just showing up in person. I'm already here. It'd be more convenient for me to just try to get a manager or supervisor I can speak with.
I understand.
Great.
It would be, right, so do you want this phone number?
No, because I don't want to make a phone call. I'd rather just talk to a supervisor or manager in person.
Alright, well, I'm going to give you the phone number, and you can decide to call it whether you like to or not.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to wait for a supervisor or manager.
206.
So when can I get the supervisor or manager to come out and speak to me? I'd really like to just handle it in person if I could.
You're welcome.
Hello, yeah, looking to see if I can speak to a supervisor or manager in person.
Okay, see here, I believe I just gave you that phone number. Do you not get it down?
I'm just good waiting for a supervisor or manager out here.
That would do that. That would do that for you.
All right, so yeah, if you could send out a supervisor or manager, I'd be greatly appreciated.
206.
What, are they going to come out to the gate that I'm at, or should I meet them at another gate? I'm not sure which one you want me to meet them at.
32. So, you got the number, thank you.
All right, I'll wait for them out here. Oh, you could go. Oh, can you roll that one down? Oh. Yeah, I was wondering, I'm kind of having a hard time I'm trying to get a hold of a supervisor or a manager. I think the guy is not understanding that I'm wanting to do it in person. And I know obviously I can't go in there, so I'm just trying to figure out if I can get a supervisor or manager to come out. Is there any way you could help me out with that?
I'll have to figure it out.
I'm sorry, what?
I'll have to see if I have on email, phone for it. What are you here for?
I'm just really trying to address a problem I had with an employee. One employee at a division that's operated by this plant, and I'm just trying to address that.
Well, you're not going to get it from here. You'll have to go through HR.
Yeah,
WTD HR.
And my belief is that they're probably like spam filtering it or trash filtering it because they just don't want to deal with it.
They're not going to be able to deal with it here. You'll have to go through.
Well, I'll try my best anyway. So, I mean, want to say I exercised every opportunity with the county that I can.
You'll have to go through HR.
Gotcha. So you're unwilling to help them?
I can't help.
You can't. Oh, so you're prohibited by policy?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't realize there was a policy. Do you know which one that is, or?
King County Wastewater HR.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just go on the website.
Oh no, I mean which policy? Sorry.
No, we are not supposed to engage in the public unless we actually have to.
Oh, you're prohibited talking to the public?
We can talk to them, but any legal matters have to go through.
Oh, it's not a legal matter.
It still falls in that pattern, so it has to go through the proper channels.
Gotcha.
Not through us field operators.
Gotcha. So I just can't get any help from public servants then here?
I can't. I don't know the process myself, so I'd have to refer you to.
Oh yeah, that's why I was just asking to see if it's possible to just get a supervisor or manager to come out. Any way you could ask for that?
Go through the same process.
Any way you could ask to see if you can't even ask?
No.
So there's no talking, no questions?
No, sorry.
Wow. That's kind of authoritarian. Is that
you can go through community relations, that's all I can say.
Is that a good environment to work in where it's so authoritarian like that?
I'm sorry, I can't comment on that.
You can't comment whether you like it or not?
I'm sorry, I can't comment on that.
Wow. Thanks. Okay. All right, man. Well, I can't say I appreciate the lack of help, but I still wish you a good day regardless.
Thanks, you too.
All right. What do you do here, by the way?
I do the flow monitoring.
What's that?
I do the flow monitoring for the conveyance system.
Gotcha. What's your name?
I can't give you that. Sorry.
So it's policy.
No, I will not give you that.
Gotcha. It's just policy not to do that either. Okay, so you actually have a King County policy not to identify as a public servant?
Sir, please.
Well, I'm just trying to ask if, I'm trying to get some public records requests done.
Community relations.
Well, I'm here. It's just really inconvenient. As a member of the public, I'm trying to get some assistance.
Go through the proper
and
channels.
It's like you guys are trying to make it more difficult.
Go through the proper channels, please.
Oh, come on.
Thank you.
Right? Aren't you a public servant? No? Not a public servant? Wow. I'm going to go up and see if I can get assistance. Try again with the phone. Hello, looking to see if I can speak with a supervisor or a manager at Gate 1. Or I could walk into the admin building, either way.
It's kind of hard to hear you here. Who's this?
Yeah, I'm looking to see if I can speak with a supervisor or a manager. I'm at Gate 1.
Yes, who is this?
Yeah, can they come on out or should I go in?
Who is this? Give me your name because you need to sign in.
Gotcha. Yeah, my name's Steve.
You faded away.
Say that again, I'm sorry?
You have a bad connection. You faded away.
Yeah, sorry about that. There was a vehicle that just drove by. My name's Steve.
Steve, what's your last name?
McStevenson.
Steve Stevenson.
Mick Stevenson.
Mick Stevenson. How do you spell that, Steve?
Sure, it's McStevenson.
Like I said, it's an extremely bad connection.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about the intercom here. There's a vehicle nearby too.
It was M-C-S-E.
T is in Tom. Correct. Yeah, M-C-S-T. T is in Tom. E-V-E-N-S-O-N.
E-E-N-S-O-N. M-C-S-T-E-N-S-O-N.
Nope, it's McStevenson. So it's M-C-S-T-E-V-E-N-S-O-N.
Gotcha. Finally.
Yeah, sorry. There's a groundskeeping machine that was around here a moment ago.
Sure. I will I'll have somebody meet you out at the front gate.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I'm just looking to see if I could try to resolve an issue I had. I was working on a story that involved me speaking with a guy by the name of Dustin Harris. Is that you by chance?
No.
You're not Dustin Harris, okay. I was working on a story out at Vashon about the wastewater treatment plant after I received some tips about allegedly some spills, which I ended up not seeing. But while there, an employee by the name of Amy contacted me. Began nice, didn't end nice. She called the police when there was no reason to. The police just left. But while I was talking with Amy, a guy, Dustin Harris, like I said, got on the phone. In a legendarily rude moment for Dustin, just decided to attempt to treat me like a child, was extremely rude, unprofessional, angry, and hostile on the phone. I'm looking to see if I can have that issue addressed, probably by his supervisor. If I understand the King County website correctly, a guy by the name of Norman Cook is his boss. Are you Norman Cook?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. So I'm just looking to do that. See if I can.
Well, you can resolve that issue with me. I oversee operations, so they all report to me.
Well, I mean, this turns out to be fantastic. Thank you for coming out then, by the way. What's your name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca, great. So are you like the director of this facility, or what's your title?
Operations manager.
Operations manager, great. So yeah, that's really all I'm looking to resolve. Like I said, I went to that facility just to see. I'm sure you guys realize Vashon has a lot of environmentalists out there.
Yeah.
Very, very environmentally friendly. So I received some tips that led me out there, allegedly about spills. I'm kind of new to working on those kinds of stories, but the veracity, the effort, the push by these people to say there's a real problem there drove me out there to look into it. Like I said, I didn't see anything while I was out there, so I was really at that point just getting B-roll footage. Amy, and also a public records request. I attempted to negotiate that with Amy, at which point she said, I'm not going to help you. But are you going to deny the records request for me?
Yes, because I don't handle that.
So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it verbally to you. So what I'm looking for is the names, titles, positions, job duties with your public records request. Now, fortunately, King County Sheriff's deputies, Luther and Norris, I said, hey, she may not be aware of the public record stuff. Would you be willing to help her? So they did. They actually took the public records request on behalf of the county. My email address is anonymouscitizenwa@protonmail.com.
Now look at this. This is awesome public service right here. You saw Deputy Luther nodding his head earlier in acknowledgement of my sincere desire to not have Amy get in trouble for being ignorant of the Public Records Act found in the Revised Codes of Washington, Title 42, Chapter 56. Deputy Luther immediately pulls out his pen and paper to assist not only Amy, but King County in ensuring it meets its obligations in accordance with the Act. Great job, King County Sheriff's Office, and specifically to you, Deputy Luther. This is the perfect example of public service and doing it very well.
Now this is full service King County Sheriff's Department right here. Look at this.
Sorry, go ahead, spell the email address for me.
Yeah, it's anonymous, ANONYMOUS. Have nothing to do with the hacker group. You guys, we caught him finally on Vashon.
We'll never catch them.
Anonymous
Citizen WA. Yep, at protonmail.com. And if you have not looked at Proton Mail for an email service, it's the best one in the world. Based out of Switzerland. Good stuff.
PROTON.
Yep, and then mail.com. Yep. Did you want me to go over the things again? I don't know if you're writing that down for her or...
I can. You said from January of 2020?
January 1st of 2024. Just for all current employees since that date to now. Just names, current title, whatever that is, rate of pay, longevity in their job, total, positions they've held, all positions they've held, and then official employee photo, and just for this facility. So. And by the way, I appreciate you guys knowing the PRA like that. That's awesome. And I think submitted that to the county.
That's not the way that the public records request works. So they can't just take that from you, and there's a form that you as the person requesting it needs to fill out.
We've identified here an ongoing problem with training in all areas of Washington State regarding the public records, requests, and the Act itself, and a persistence and obstinance to avoid transparency and accountability by not adhering to the records request process. Let's make clear, though, why what Operations Manager Rebecca Singer said is incorrect. So first, let's look at the Washington State Public Records Act, which is in the Revised Codes of Washington, the state statutes, Title 42, Chapter 56, Section 80, Subsection 2, and it's titled Identifiable Records, Facilities for Copying, Availability of Public Records. And it is written that, quote, no official format is required for making a records request. However, agencies may recommend that requesters submit requests using an agency-provided form or web page. They may recommend, but not compel. If that wasn't enough to seal the deal, let's look at what the Attorney General for the state of Washington provides to all state and local agencies in the Model Rules of Washington State found in the Washington State Administrative Codes, Title 44, Chapter 14, Section 03006, where it is written that, quote, in-person requests, an agency must honor requests received in person during normal business hours. That's per RCW 42.56.080 subsection 2. An agency should have its public records request form available at the office reception area so it can be provided to a walk-in requester. The form should be directed to the agency's public records officer. Now, it is important to recognize in Washington State that the model rules of WAC 4414 are not binding, and neither are their comments. King County has chosen to not be bound by them when they wrote in County Code 2.12.210 that, quote, however, Chapter 4414 WAC and its comments are not adopted. And in subsection C, the public records officer or the public records officer's designee for each agency shall oversee compliance by the agency with Chapter 42.56 of the revised codes of Washington. The agency shall provide the fullest assistance to requesters. Finally, as it relates to making the verbal request for records, as I did at the wastewater treatment plant on Vashon Island on June 12th, 2024, I refer back to the revised codes of Washington, Title 42, Chapter 56, Section 80, subsection 2, where it is written that no official format is required.
Well, that is one method. Certainly, I don't disagree with you. Another method is actually you can just provide it verbally.
Well, you can call. So I did get a number for you.
Okay.
So that you can call and work with the people who handle the records directly. Our operators who are there, they don't handle those situations. They're not responsible for that. So being able to obtain that information or for them to know how to do that, that's not their purview. And really the request does need to come from the requester.
I appreciate what you're saying. I'm going to politely disagree, and I'd really like to see if I can resolve this with you since you're the operations director. And the reason that is because when you look in Section 80 of the PRA, it's really crystal clear when you read through there. It says you can go to any agency, and then it defines in Section 10 what an agency is, which includes where I went when I was out at Vashon. I can deliver that request for records verbally, in writing, facsimile, postal mail, or email. Those are all the different methods I can use. I can ask any public employee, regardless of their station, their position, their title, any person, at any time. I could walk up to a police officer and say, I need to do a public records request for the sheriff's department, has to take it right there on the spot. So my point is, just when I was trying to do it, which is more convenient for me as a journalist, it's about my convenience. It's not about the process or the policy of the county. And it was a really easy thing to do. I politely told her, I'm more than happy to write it down and give it to you. Then you can fax it over, you can email it, transcribe it, whatever she wanted to do. But she just refused to go that route. And like I said, fortunately, the sheriff's deputies were up on the Public Records Act. As you can see in the video footage that I have, they're acknowledging by their head nods and whatnot that what I'm saying is correct. As a journalist, I'm very familiar with the Public Records Act because it's how I get all my information. So I've been down this road many times. So I'd just like to ask if I could, if they can be brought up to speed on the Public Records Act so that if I am somewhere that it's more convenient for me. That's the whole point of public service, is to provide a service to the public, as I'm sure you know. I'm not trying to talk down to you. And thank you for what you do, by the way. But I'd also like to see if I can get Dustin spoken with about his behavior. It was so unreasonable what he did. I had every liberty to be where I was. There was nothing that restricted access to that facility at all whatsoever in any way. The gate was open. There's no signage like the sign that says authorized person only. The gate's coming open and closed probably a dozen times since I've been standing here. I didn't run through for some maniacal run through the plants, right? Because that would be illegal. So I certainly stay within the bounds of the law. I would just politely ask that Dustin stay within the confines of King County's policy. You two are being completely professional and nice right now. We're having a polite conversation. Dustin went off the rails, and I don't know why.
He's probably being very protective of his own person. So imagine being a small female being confronted by a person in a hat and a mask. That is an intimidating situation, particularly when you are out by yourself. So regardless of your intent, she has to be protective of herself, and I believe that that is where Dustin was coming from as well.
Sure, and I think like we're talking right now, you're clearly a very smart person. I'm assuming you are as well. You can hear my tonal inflections, my body language. It's no different when I was out there. And yes, I am a large man. I can appreciate the argument. If I was being brusque even, I could possibly see maybe her being a little alarmed. But being friendly like I am right now, positive tonal inflections, positive body language, being clear that I'm there working on a story about the plant, that should assuage enough of her concerns to have her think, doesn't seem too threatening, but I'll reach out to my boss, which she did, and that's totally fine, of course. But then her boss, instead of investigating, instead of asking questions, he just immediately goes to rude, because that was his first go-to. And even if he was being a bit protective, that wasn't going to achieve anything. That's an escalation right there rather than de-escalation. It's just like what we see with police nowadays. When you get an over response from the police, when they could have just chosen a de-escalation tactic, maybe something could have been avoided. Now, obviously, nothing was going to happen. I was just there for information. But I'm just looking to see if when I go to these places that can get addressed and have more reasonable encounter. As far as the mask, if you just take a saunter on down to the King County elections,
I understand
the
that.
mask, the signs say, we welcome you to wear a mask.
Yes, no, I understand that. I
So,
get that completely.
you know, I mean, if you don't want to wear one, cool, no problem. But when King County welcomes people to wear masks, I don't, in my mind's eye, I don't look at that and go, that's intimidating. When King County's saying, no, really, it's okay. Not only is it okay, we welcome you to do it. So that's all I'm saying. And like I said, I just wanted to address this sort of in a regular person way rather than an email or phone call, because sometimes you run across really nice people like you guys. You can just have a frank discussion, and I'm sure you're going to be able to go and talk to them, maybe talk about the PRA, talk about just, you know, hey, started out nice, right? No need to escalate it up or anything like that, and then go from there. So that was it. Do you have a business?
I actually have a business card here.
Okay.
If you wanted to make a visit, because I understand that you're interested in seeing some of the facilities.
I am.
So we have a number here that you can call. We do have to make arrangements. These sites, you have to have an escort because they are not necessarily the safest.
Sure.
So we want to ensure your safety.
So no pole vaulting over this and going for a check on my own.
That would be the smartest thing. People have fallen into some of our waterways. And
wow, seriously.
The water that is treated here, you can't swim in it. So it's not a safe environment for people to wander
I'm just going to say right off the bat, my mom and dad raised me in a way to look at something that looks like those vats as something to not go into.
Correct. You'd be surprised.
Well, I saw the sign when I was out there, it says do not drink the water, and I'm like, immediately everything about that liquid tells me that is not something I should ingest.
I appreciate that. And then further, if you want to do records requests, I do have that number on here as well, and that's an easy phone call, and they will take it verbal.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate your time and coming out. I really would like to get more information about this because I think since I worked on my first story regarding wastewater treatment plants, which was in Buckley, you know, granted, it's a learning curve. You guys have a very technical job, the things that go on at these places. But I got a tip about a chlorine spill is what I was initially told happened at the back fence. And there's two basins there, the Wolf's Legal and the Wickersham Basin. And so these people were worried because my understanding is that the Wickersham is owned by a private company and it's used for bottling water. And obviously, now that could be wrong about that. I got to confirm that. But if that's the case, if you had some like chlorine spilling in the water, not good. We don't want chlorine in drinking water. So I've kind of had an interest in this. And then ever since I published that story, I've had not a lot, but quite a few, maybe a couple dozen people reach out, say, hey, you should check this out. In fact, I had a former employee just today reach out about that facility out of Vashon with some very interesting commentary. I need to affirm if it's correct or not. I mean, I'm not going to say any of it's valid or invalid, but a little alarming. But like I said, I'll look into it with public records requests and anything. And anything I could do to get like a walkthrough with you guys would be great because it'll educate me more on how these places work.
So yeah, give the number a call and we can do a walkthrough.
Okay.
I don't have the moment today to do that.
Oh, hey, no problem. No problem.
We can definitely make that arrangement for you.
Sure.
As well as anytime we have incidences at our facilities, they are public, so we immediately post them online.
Okay.
So if you were to visit our website and look at each one of our facilities, you would see where there may or may not have been any type of incidences.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough. And like I said, I completely appreciate that I'm not going to be the most special guy in the world right now and automatically get a walkthrough on the facility. So I totally get that. But I appreciate you being open to giving a walkthrough, and I will definitely take you up on that. So that's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, folks, have a good day. All right, well, that turned out really good. I mean, to actually have the operations director come out with her coworker, I'm going to find out who that guy is. I should have asked, but I didn't. That's great. You know, this is what you have to do as a journalist. You have to be persistent. You have to stay there and work until you get some degree of information, ideally. I mean, I've had days at the Washington State Administrative Court's headquarters in Olympia here. This is the problem with the judicial branch. You guys don't want to be transparent. You want to create your own rules to set your own standards for how you release information.
I respectfully disagree with everything you've said, and I have nothing more to say.
And so they don't like to let unvaccinated or any of that. So it's basically just because of COVID. We just haven't reopened the doors from that.
I mean, the judicial branch isn't exempt from the law. I mean, they interpret the law.
A lot of people don't take the time to read the longer poster, so we put the other signs up. We closed our building because COVID protocols.
The outcome for this, and I get the hubris, I appreciate that.
It's not hubris, it is separation
your
of
entire
powers.
attitude right now is hubris. What you're saying is the judicial branch overrides the legislative branch, where I stood outside for the rest of the day. It was all day. Really to prove a point that the administrative courts are full of bureaucrats that do not care. They despise the public. But that's it here for today. I made my complaint to the operations manager for Dustin Harris. I'm certain that the operations manager has seen the story that I published, so hopefully she'll be addressing that. I'll do a public records request on it. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but we'll see. But that's it here for today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that all notifications bell so you can get my stories right when they release. You can follow me on X, formerly Twitter, at I.A.M. Free Auditing, on Facebook at Inland Auditing Media. And if you want to help keep my feet on the streets, you can do so by going to the links in the description for Cash App and Venmo. One last call out here. Hey, we did not see the City of Renton Police Department or the King County Sheriff's Department show up. Good on you, King County Sheriff's Department and City of Renton, for not sending out law enforcement. I'm sure they called. I'm going to do a records request for that too. But they did the right thing, because you know what? No crime was committed. Why would you send police out here for that? It's ridiculous. So thanks for watching. See you at the next location. Bye for now.